Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Live with the gods, and he does so who constantly shows them that his soul is satisfied with what is assigned to him. Perfection of character is this: to live each day as if it were your last, without frenzy, without apathy, without pretense. Contentment, as it is a short road and pleasant, has great delight and little trouble. Freedom is not procured by a full enjoyment of what is desired, but by controlling the desire. I must die. Must I then die lamenting? I must be put in chains. Must I then also lament? I must go into exile. Does any man then hinder me from going with smiles and cheerfulness and contentment? Contentment comes not so much from great wealth as from few wants. Fortify yourself with contentment, for this is an impregnable fortress. Seek not that the things which happen should happen as you wish, but wish the things which happen to be as they are, and you will have a tranquil flow of life. I am too easily contented with a slight and almost animal happiness. My happiness is a good deal like that of the woodchucks. Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. He who is contented is rich. When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everybody will respect you. If you can find true contentment, it will last forever. Content makes poor men rich. Discontent makes rich men poor. Who is wise? He that learns from everyone. Who is powerful? He that governs his passions. Who is rich? He that is content. Who is that? Nobody. Let thy discontents be thy secrets. If the world knows them, 'twill despise thee and increase them. Content and riches seldom meet together. Riches take thou. Contentment I had rather. Temperance puts wood on the fire, meal in the barrel, flour in the tub, money in the purse, credit in the country, contentment in the house, clothes on the back, and vigor in the body. happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Therefore, guard accordingly and take care that you entertain no notions unsuitable to virtue and reasonable nature. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. To live happily is an inward power of the soul. No man is happy who does not think himself so. The happiness and unhappiness of the rational social animal depends not on what he feels but on what he does, just as his virtue and vice consist not in feeling but in doing. A man's happiness, to do the things proper to man. I can at once become happy anywhere, for he is happy who has found himself a happy lot. In a word, happiness lies all in the functions of reason, in warrantable desires and virtuous practice. Happiness is no other than soundness and perfection of mind. A man's as miserable as he thinks he is. True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient, for he that is so wants nothing. The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not. A good character is the only guarantee of everlasting, carefree happiness. What's the good of dragging up sufferings which are over, of being unhappy now just because you were then? Learn how to feel joy. It is more fitting for a man to laugh at life than to lament over it. The true felicity of life is to be free from anxieties and perturbations, to understand and do our duties to God and man, and to enjoy the present without any serious dependence on the future. Whatever is to make us better and happy, God has placed either openly before us or close to us. Happy is the man who can endure the highest and lowest fortune. He who has endured such vicissitudes with equanimity has deprived misfortune of its power. Wisdom allows nothing to be good that will not be so forever, no man to be happy, but he that needs no other happiness than what he has within himself. No man to be great or powerful that is not master of himself. The pleasure which we most rarely experience gives us greatest delight. The The essence of philosophy is that a man should so live that his happiness shall depend as little as possible on external things. God has made all men to be happy. Whoever does not regard what he has as most ample wealth is unhappy, though he be master of the world. Happiness is an equivalent for all troublesome things. From the greatest to the smallest, happiness and usefulness are largely found in the same soul, and the joy of life is won in its deepest and truest sense only by those who have not shirked life's burdens. I am a happy camper, so I guess I'm doing something right. Happiness is like a butterfly. The more you chase it, the more it will elude you. But if you turn your attention to other things, it will come and sit softly on your shoulder. You must live in the present. Launch yourself on every wave. Find your eternity in each moment. Remember that the smallest seed of faith is of more worth than the largest fruit of happiness. We are made happy when reason can discover no occasion for it. The memory of some past moments is more persuasive than the experience of present ones. There have been visions of such breadth and brightness that these motes were invisible in their light. Happiness is a perfume you cannot pour on others without getting some on yourself. Until you have learned to be tolerant with those who do not always agree with you, until you have cultivated the habit of saying some kind word of those whom you do not admire, until you have formed the habit of looking for the good instead of the bad there is in others, you will be neither successful nor happy. Happiness is found in doing, not merely possessing. Success in its highest and noblest form calls for peace of mind and enjoyment and happiness, which come only to the man who has found the work that he likes best. The happiest man is he who learns from nature the lesson of worship. To fill the hour, that is happiness. The crowning fortune of a man is to be born to some pursuit which finds him employment and happiness, whether it be to make baskets or broadswords or canals or statues or songs. Health, south wind, books, old trees, a boat, a friend. The way to happiness is, keep your heart free from hate, your mind from worry, live simply, give much, fill your life with love, do as you would be done by. Thousands of candles can be lighted from a single candle. Happiness never decreases by being shared. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. In our lives, change is unavoidable, loss is unavoidable. In the adaptability and ease with which we experience change lies our happiness and freedom. Happiness comes when your work and words are of benefit to others. Seek not happiness too greedily, and be not fearful of happiness. Happiness consists more in small conveniences or pleasures that occur every day than in great pieces of good fortune that happen but seldom to a man in the course of his life. Be in general virtuous, and you will be happy. For many men, the acquisition of wealth does not end their troubles, it only changes them. Happiness lies not in the mere possession of money. It lies in the joy of achievement, in the thrill of creative effort. The joy and moral stimulation of work must no longer be forgotten in the mad chase of evanescent profits. That man is rich whose pleasures are the cheapest. Can anything be so elegant as to have few wants and to serve them oneself? Times of luxury do not last long but pass away very quickly. Nothing in this world can be long enjoyed. Money has never made man happy, nor will it. There is nothing in its nature to produce happiness. The more of it one has, the more one wants. If you teach a poor young man to shave himself and keep his razor in order, you may contribute more to the happiness of his life than in giving him 1,000 guineas. If I knew a miser who gave up every kind of comfortable living, all the pleasure of doing good to others, all the esteem of his fellow citizens, and the joys of benevolent friendship for the sake of accumulating wealth. Poor man, said I, you pay too much for your whistle. Our first mistake is the belief that the circumstance gives the joy which we give to the circumstance. Where fear is, happiness is not. Do not anticipate trouble or worry about what may never happen. Keep in the sunlight. Humanity is fortunate because no man is unhappy except by his own fault. The mind is a matter over every kind of fortune. Itself acts in both ways, being the cause of its own happiness and misery. Life brings sorrows and joys alike. It is what a man does with them, not what they do to him. That is the true test of his mettle. There is no value in life except what you choose to place upon it, and no happiness in any place except what you bring to it yourself. It is what a man thinks of himself that really determines his fate. Man is the artificer of his own happiness. I'm happier. I guess I made up my mind to be that way. Every human being is the author of his own health or disease. The mind is the source of happiness and unhappiness. Learn to be happy with what you have. Speak or act with a pure mind, and happiness will follow you as your shadow, unshakable. Do not blindly believe what others say. See for yourself what brings contentment, clarity, and peace. That is the path for you to follow. Happiness depends more on the inward disposition of mind than on outward circumstances. Who is strong? He that can conquer his bad habits. The only thing over which you have complete right of control at all times is your mental attitude. Subscribe for more videos. Thank you for watching.